Hey guys, it's Hannah and this is Bookworms Talk, and today I am going to film the fall favorites tag. Typically when I do tags and I want to add my own question, and I do that right in the beginning, and it is almost always book related. But why I am not going to do that today is because I have an entire video dedicated to fall reads. So keep an eye out for that, and if you're watching this a couple weeks after this video has been posted, check down there in the description and there should be a link to said video. The first question is favorite fall candle. I thought long and hard about this. I collect as many books as I do candles. I've recently discovered I had way more than I expected. But so the fact that I only have two, I think that's pretty good for me. The first one I have is called Pumpkin Spice, and this is by Ashland. I found this at Michael's. Guess how much I bought it for? $6. Guess what it reminds me of? You probably can guess. Yankee Candle. Now this smell, I have compared it to Target brand candles that I've smelled before, and then Bath & Body Works candles that are like pumpkin spice scented, and I think this smells just as good, and it is a hell of a lot cheaper than a $20-something candle. And my second favorite, I actually don't currently have in candle form, but I do have it in the room spray, so that is what I will show you, and it is Mahogany Teakwood by Bath & Body Works. It smells like Sexy Man. Everyone says it smells like that, and that's just, it's what it smells like. If you haven't smelled it before, I highly recommend going by Bath & Body Works and checking this out. It smells so lovely, and it reminds me of my apartment because I used to just burn the candle for this constantly there. My entire apartment smelled like Mahogany Teakwood and coffee. So I gotta say, if I had to pick one, it would go with Mahogany Teakwood. The second question is probably the hardest question in this entire tag. What's your favorite lip color? Do you know how many lip colors I own? I don't think you want to know. Once I found out, I didn't want to know anymore. I just wanted to relinquish the information because I can never justify buying lipsticks because I have so many. So, all that being said, I do have a couple different lip color choices because indecisive. If you asked me last year what my favorite lip color for fall is, it would easily have been Black Cherry by Revlon. Most of these colors are going to be very similar, so apologies for that, but that is what Black Cherry looks like, and you can build this up to where it will look really almost black. It's just this really, really warm, reddy burgundy color. I love it so much. And another one from the drugstore that I really, really love, and it is a matte formula, which I am like hands down such a bigger fan of matte lipstick. I would wear it forever. Like I'm not really a fan of satin, which is why I don't love Black Cherry so much this year, but like it's as an all-time go back, just like the color alone, not necessarily the formula that I love. But this formula I like for the drugstore. Similar colors. This is definitely more brown, while this is like more like pinky purple red, and then this is a matte finish. This is by Maybelline, I'm sorry, and it's called Divine Wine. These are all going to look exactly the same by the time I'm through. I have personally been into lately are more like liquid lipsticks. Just like, I love the matte look of them. I love the longevity of it. I don't like to have to manage my lipstick all day. I'm a very big lipstick person, but when it comes to like going to university, I don't want to have to touch them up all day long. So one that I've really been into that is like really long wear and not for the faint of heart because it goes on rather black. It is the Matte Pigment Gloss by LA Girl, and it is in the shade Rebel. Goes on really dark purple, looks almost black on the lips, but I kind of dig that, and it does dry to a matte finish. This stuff stays on like nobody's business. It'll stay on for, I don't even know how long, like at least a solid 5 hours of wear. If you're like drinking coffee throughout the day, having water, stuff like that, it'll stay on quite longer. If you have a meal, it'll maybe like roll up a little bit, but these are like $5. So these are probably my favorite fall colors, and when I'm feeling it, sometimes I'll wear a color like this, which is Adore by Milani. It's one of the liquid lipstick ones. Or then I really like the color Ruby Woo by MAC, but I'm not going to mention every single color in my lipstick collection. The next question is favorite fall drink. Most of you will expect me to say like pumpkin spice lattes, which I love, but I did a bad thing. I watched a YouTube video which explained to me how much sugar exactly is in pumpkin spice lattes, and so like I've had I think 2 this season, and it's kind of ruined me to it. Just every time I see it, I just so I haven't really been much into coffee. Also the fact that Starbucks has been doing me dirty. I haven't been getting a really, really good cup of coffee in a long time. So what I've been really doing a lot more is an old recipe that I learned when I was a kid, and it is this apple cider recipe, which I will actually be doing a video for, very short and sweet. It's one of my bonus videos that I do throw up throughout the week. But it's just this really super simple apple cider recipe. So just hot apple cider. I love it. Even though it's, 95 in Houston currently. I just pretend that it's cold. The next question is favorite fall blush. I'm not really a blush person. I have like kind of red cheeks in general. I have like kind of a red complexion. That sounds weird. I'm just like walking around like devil face like. So instead what I'm going to do is say my favorite eyeshadow. And it is a shade called Bitten by Makeup Geek. I recently got this and I'm such a fan of it. It's just really, really beautiful, very pigmented color, and the lighting is just not doing it justice. But it's this really beautiful like burnt burgundy brownish face color, and I love it. I love doing it like all over the lid and then doing like really dark in the crease, like a dark brown. Or I like adding it very lightly in my crease and then doing kind of like a medium brown on the lid. I can really switch it up. I do typically have to wear like some kind of dark liner with it because it can kind of make your eyes look red. And the next question is favorite fall clothing item. One word, flannel. I love flannel. Flannel is my favorite ever. I have at least 5 to 6 flannel shirts. Honestly, the cheapest ones that I've gotten were from the men's section at Walmart, and I like them more than the ones that I've spent $40-something on from Gap. Most of mine are like dark blues and dark reds, but I do have this one that's like a black and green that I got from Target in the men's section. Men's section is where it's at because the women's ones are like super tight around your breasts, and I'm just like, I have too much of that, I have a problem. And even though the men's ones are kind of like unshapely, I don't really care. Like, I'm wearing flannel to be very comfortable, and I can also get away with not wearing a bra while wearing flannel, another plus. Favorite fall movie. I'm gonna have to be basic and go with Hocus Pocus. That is like one of my all-time favorite movies. I was never allowed to watch like Halloween things or like witch things. My parents were super against it, so I always snuck watching that movie. I remember one of the first times ever watching it, I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I was watching it on this little TV. I kid you not, like the TV was this big and it had the VCR like in the mouth of the TV, and it was probably that deep. I just remember like sitting really close to the TV so I could turn the volume down in case my mom started walking by my door or anything. But I loved that movie, and to this day, like, I just still forever. And I also really, really like Halloween Town. It's an honorable mention. Favorite fall TV show. Do you know how hard this question is? Almost as hard as the lipstick question. But I'm gonna have to go with American Horror Story. I know it's more of a recent thing. It's only been on for the past like 5 years or so. But like every fall I get so excited. That is my one show that every single time I'm just like, I need it, I need it, I need it. Even last year when I knew it wasn't gonna be good and I still was excited for it. But this year, oh my god, I'm loving Hotel so much. I think it might have been because I had really, really low expectations going into it. But yes, American Horror Story is my answer for that. I love the creepy and I love that it's on TV, even though it's not genuinely creepy. It's more just like, the fuck am I watching? And also kind of an honorable mention, which is less Halloween, more just fall time. I love Gilmore Girls. I remember coming home from school and watching it. I remember just, it feels like fall to me. It feels like drinking hot apple cider and just curled up in like a big cozy sweater. It feels like fall to me. Favorite Thanksgiving food? Mashed potatoes. Give me all those mashed potatoes. It has always been my favorite. Everyone knew. Leave extra mashed potatoes for Hannah because I won't eat like a good portion of the rest of the things my family made, but I ate all the mashed potatoes. And the last one is favorite Halloween costume. I didn't really do much in the way of costumes. It was more like going and watching horror movies because I've always been into horror movies. My parents probably thought I like worship the devil. So I think my favorite Halloween costume is one that I actually did last year. And it was the Queen Midas. I actually recorded a tutorial for it. It's not the best tutorial ever, but I really love how it turned out, and that was like by far my most creative Halloween costume, so I really loved that one. So that's about it for this tag. If you have any other videos that you would like to see me do, please leave those down there in the comments, and I will see you guys later next time on Bookworms Talk. Bye! I like my voice was really squeaky. Please love those. Please leave those down. If you have any other videos you would like to see me do, please leave those down there in the comments. What can I talk?